Prophecy in the Spotlight. I am Brother Dan Goodwin, your host, coming to you live here today on Sunday afternoon. I'm in the state of Indiana at the moment, and I am headed back towards Kentucky. I've got about a 3-hour drive, I think, and I wanted to just touch base with you today while I'm driving about what's going on. I just read a report. They said 99% of all the hundreds of drones and missiles were taken out by the IDF, the Iron Dome and all that, as well as some from the British, some from the United States military, and so that's good news. Israel is going to attack Iran in some way. I don't know what they're going to do yet. I suspect that they will completely take out the nuclear sites in Iran. I suspect they will try to take out some of the leaders. But this is a big deal. This was a huge attack. Had it not been for the Iron Dome and things like that, this could have been devastating. Now, let me give you my thoughts on where this may be headed prophetically. And by the way, what just happened is all part of the October 7th attack on Israel. Iran was behind that. They sponsored it. They financed it. They helped plan it. And so don't be mistaken about that. This was just a continuation of the attack on those that they hate, Israel. Now, what could this lead to? Very, very simply. Let me make a turn here. This could easily escalate into the Ezekiel 38 war. And I've told you about this for some time now. I have told you that Mr. Putin has said publicly that the Golan Heights belongs to Syria. You all have heard me say that many times, right? And you have to wonder why he's telling people that. Why did Putin say that? Well, first of all, because Putin is in Syria. He's got troops there. He's heavily involved in Syria, as is several other nations. And by the way, Syria is right on the border of Israel. Secondly, because Mr. Putin is planning on taking the Golan Heights. There's no doubt about that. That's why he said the Golan Heights belongs to Syria. When he moves on the Golan Heights, he will, and I got a sneeze coming here. Allergies just getting me. He has let everybody know the Golan Heights belongs to Syria. Well, he's in Syria, and so technically he figures what's Syria's is mine. He's planning to take the Golan Heights. I'm convinced of that. Number 3, he's up against the wall. He's fighting Ukraine, the whole, America, and all this stuff going on. He's been pushed against the wall. He's been lied about. And remember, Ukraine's the 4th most corrupt nation in the world. Russia's all the way up to number 7. Ukraine's more corrupt than Russia. Okay, and don't put your trust in Zelensky. That guy is a rat. And so Mr. Putin plans to take the Golan Heights. Now, let me say this. Number 4, number 5, whatever it is. Some of you may not realize this, and I've mentioned this several times. You may not realize this. The Golan Heights is, in fact, the mountains of the north that Ezekiel 38 and 39 says that the bear from the north, which we know is Russia, is going to take. Do you see what I'm getting at here? This is Ezekiel 38 on the near horizon, getting closer by the hour. It's just a matter of time before Russia moves. Now let me make another couple statements. We know it's coming. The Bible says so. We know it's got to be pretty soon because we're at the end of this thing. It's got to be soon. Okay? The Golan Heights is, in fact, the mountains of north described in Ezekiel 38:39. And by the way, Russia, they're going to lose that battle. They're going to burn the weapons for 7 years from that battle. And I think that's a clue as to the fact that it happens before the rapture or maybe right at the rapture. Okay. Now, a couple weeks ago, you all heard this. We all heard about the terror. All right, am I there? Okay, I lost my connection there for a little bit. Sorry about that. Brother Dan is frozen, somebody said. I should be good now, right? I hope. Let me finish up here. This is important. Russia, a couple weeks ago, because of that attack, has sent more troops and military equipment to Syria with the excuse of, I've got to fight these terrorists. Now, do you see this thing escalating? Do you see Russia getting ready to attack Israel, attack the Golan Heights? By the way, Russia and Iran, at least in the public domain, appear to be friends, allies. It would make sense for Russia to kind of defend Iran here. And let me say this also. It's coming. It is coming. They've got troops in Syria, very close by. They've got. I mean, they've got. And this last thing. Listen to this now. We are literally what May, June. 7 months from the election, the most important election in the history of America. I mean that. The most important election in the history of America takes place in November. Donald Trump is going to win in a landslide if they don't find a way to steal it. And that's a big if. So if you're Mr. Putin, and let me close with this. If you're Putin, and you're preparing to take the Golan Heights, you're working on it, it's your goal, it's your desire, and you know that election is 7 months off and Donald Trump very possibly steps back to the plate, you're going to take the Golan Heights before the election. Or, I guess, if Trump won the election in November, I guess he could still move on the Golan Heights until January 20th before the president gets inaugurated, the new president. Do you see what I'm saying? Time is crucial here. Everything is timing. And so keep your eyes on this. Keep your eyes on this. Pay attention. Ezekiel 38 is real. It has not happened yet. Some people think it happens during the tribulation. Some people think it happens at the end of the tribulation. I do not believe that. Now, it could happen during the tribulation. The problem is, God gave us a clue. The burning of those weapons for 7 years, I believe, is a clue. I do not believe those weapons can burn during the kingdom age, during the millennium. Which means that battle has to take place at or before the rapture. Okay? And I personally believe the person who saves the world from that battle is going to be a hero, and I believe he'll be the Antichrist. So, anyway, pay attention to these things. Interesting things happening. Okay? And so, all right. Well, I wanted to bring you that, and I hope that's some encouragement to you. And these are just my thoughts. These are my opinions. Nobody can know these things for sure, but as this all unfolds, this is what I see. All right, so I'll get off here, and remember this: keep your eyes on them